Alright, gentlemen, we are almost finished with the screenplay for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All we need now is an ending. Anyway, so, Derek, what's your idea? Okay, here's my idea. So, the toxic gas is slowly filling up in the room where the dinosaurs are. Our protagonists look at the button that could save these dinosaurs' lives. But as they go to press the button, they hesitate. And they look at each other, and they realize that if they save these dinosaurs' lives, it will be at the expense of humanity's lives, as these two species could not possibly coexist without disastrous results. With all this in mind, they slowly back away from the button, and with great sadness in their hearts, let the dinosaurs slowly die. Okay, good idea. And you, Colin? Yeah, my idea is the same as Derek's, except the dinosaurs live. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, the what now? Yeah, I have the little clone girl press the button that lets the dinosaurs live, and get this. I have her say, "They're alive, like me." But sir, that completely wrecks the character development. And that line, "they're alive, like me," no they're not, because little girls can't eat human beings in one swell bite. Sir, please, I beg you, don't listen to this stupid idea, please. This is a tough one. On the one hand, we have an ending that is unexpected and could close the Jurassic Park franchise on an emotionally resonant note. On the other hand, we have an ending that allows us to continue milking the Jurassic Park franchise ad infinitum.
One Jurassic Park sequel later.
Woo! $1.3 billion! Jurassic World 3, here we come, baby! Yeah! Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing Jurassic World Dominion. Anyway, starring Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill. Anyway, so this film takes place about 4 years after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and it follows Owen Grant, played by Chris Pratt, and Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, as they try to raise the clone child from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Anyway, and for obvious reasons, they want to keep her secret since she is kind of the only known human clone in existence. Anyway, however, this being a movie, that their little peaceful existence in a log cabin, it doesn't last for long, and so they have to go on a mission to rescue her. Meanwhile, Alan Grant and Dr. Sattler, once again played by Sam Neill and Laura Dern, have to go off to Bioscene, a new company that's sort of an amalgamation of Google and Apple of sorts, but dinosaurs, and have to prove a conspiracy theory regarding locusts. Anyway, so let's start off with the positive, shall we? The visual effects. The visual effects are, once again, they're really good. The film's CGI is pretty good, and the film uses a surprisingly decent amount of practical effects for the smaller dinosaurs that look pretty good. And even some of the more medium-sized dinosaurs at times look pretty good as well. And they're used to help during some scenes of really great tension. Like, my personal favorite involves the Claire character, as she's being hunted down by a dinosaur and she has to use water as a source to hide from the dinosaur. It's really good setup and really well executed. Yeah, that's kind of where the positives end. I mean, the cast is alright. I mean, the cast gives mixed performances. The returning characters, Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Malcolm and Dr. Alan Grant, they're all played well by their respective characters. They all do well, but the newer characters are just not that compelling. They're well acted, but they're just kind of bland. And this blandness is only highlighted when the new characters finally get paired with the old characters. As whenever they were with each other, I was like, oh, Dr. Alan Grant and Owen Grant, they're together. I was thinking, oh, okay, Dr. Alan Grant is with this new guy. Cool. Yeah, and so also there's this villain whom you will know immediately from the beginning. It's this, okay. Okay, so, well, basically, long story short, there's this CEO of Bioscene, whom for this intensive purposes I will refer to as Tim Cook, because he's practically a dead ringer for Tim Cook. And he has the personality of Elon Musk, kind of with, an awkward personality and a whole, oh, we're not trying to make money, we're trying to save the world, BS type thing. He's not very compelling. It's just, very two-dimensional. Let's see. Also, the film just contains way too many characters, or rather, it tries to give way too many characters character arcs. And so because of that, all the character arcs sort of cannibalize each other, which leads to none of the arcs being fleshed out and causing all the development to kind of feel unearned of sorts. And the pacing. Like, the first half of the film features decent pacing. It's not the greatest, but it's not terrible. But then once it gets to a certain point, the pacing just sort of slows down to a grinding halt. Not mega halt, but just it feels very slow. It just feels like they wanted to incorporate a whole lot more dinosaur sequences at the expense of good pacing. And yeah, it just feels... And it doesn't really pick up until the film gets to the climax. Yeah, also the exposition. There is a lot of exposition. Like, especially at the very beginning when there was a blatant exposition attempt where it tries to disguise exposition as a newscast. And it's just so much exposition. It's like, it's not just trying to get you caught up on... It's trying to get you caught up on like 2 films worth of plot, and there was so much exposition. At one point I expected Dark Helmet to look at the audience and say, you got all that? It's just, yeah, just a lot of exposition. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, also the humor. The humor is kind of hit or miss. There are some moments of laughs, like for example, Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Sattler, at one point they're kind of doing some corporate espionage, and it's cool. And at one point, Dr. Sattler asked Dr. Alan Grant to perform an action, and he's like, I ain't doing that, and it was kind of a funny moment. I like that. And also, the clone girl from the previous movie, Maisie, I think her name is, she gets a funny moment where she flips the bird off at her captors. I was like, okay, alright, that was pretty funny. But for all those moments, there are some moments that just kind of slide by. You're like, was that supposed to be funny? And then there are just some really painfully unfunny moments. Like, for example, at one point, Laura Dern is graced with the line, oh yeah, I slid into his DMs. And no, knowing the context behind that line will not make it any funnier. So, yeah, I mean... So overall, while Jurassic World Dominion does contain some solid special effects, it also contains not very good writing, some kind of bland characters, and some iffy pacing. And with all that in mind, I will be giving Jurassic World Dominion 2.5 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.